called training.
Just a couple of girls sitting around polishing off a pint of ice cream. Wait a minute, that's not ice cream, it's dog food.
We're not messing around.
Yeah.
Starting in March, these two Brooklyn entrepreneurs plan to subsist on dog food for a month.
This is chicken. This happens to be my favorite for snacking.
It's their dog food called Evermore.
Evermore.
Because ingredients matter more than ever.
They use only human-grade ingredients, like chicken with yams and carrots and blueberries. Hannah's dog, Connor, licks his bowl clean, but would I? Feed me.
Feed you?
Maybe a little smaller.
Okay. There you go.
I mean, I can swallow it. In homage to the documentary in which Morgan Spurlock ate only McDonald's,
Supersize me.
the Eat Only Dog Food for a Month project is called Evermore Me. The women have no marketing budget, so they're trying this.
We're putting our mouths where our money is.
They're going to stream a live webcast of their daily meal. You wouldn't eat a can of Elpo.
I would never
Oh,
eat a can
absolutely
of Elmo.
not.
And that's why, in part, why we exist.
You guys are like dog foodies.
Kind of, yeah.
Reminds us of the guy on YouTube who did a man versus dog eating competition. The dog won with spaghetti. The dog won with roast beef. The dog won with canned dog food. But the man won with carrots. In a completely unrelated stunt, a dog trainer named Nikki Mustaki is already eating dog food every day indefinitely.
Not bad.
She's doing it to draw attention to a bill called Nitro's Law. Nitro was a dog who died of starvation at a boarding kennel. Nitro's Law would make animal abuse penalties harsher in Ohio.
I am naked for Nitro's Law.
She's gotten naked eating Lucky Dog cuisine. Her dog food recipes range from nacho chips and cheese, microwave, to her crazy canine quesadilla. She's even suggesting a dog food eat-off.
Conan O'Brien, are you going to eat dog food with me?
Hey, he's already shared a dog biscuit with Glenn Close. But if you try dog food, Conan, we suggest adding salt.
Salt is great for bringing out all the flavors and...
May not leave you howling for more. At least your dog won't complain about your breath. Ginny Mo, CNN, New York.
Good afternoon, and welcome to Evermore Me, Day 31. This is officially the last day that we've pledged to eat our dog food, so it's very exciting. And today we're going to talk about fish oil for the love of dog. I screwed that one up yesterday. That was all my fault. So we're going to go into a little bit more depth here, and then we've got an awesome surprise. So,
all right. Yeah, we're not going to spend too much time, but for old time's sake, we're just going to nerd out for a second and talk about why fish oil is yet one more unbelievably health-promoting ingredient in Evermore. Salmon oil, most of us know, and we even said yesterday, it contains omega-3 fatty acids, and they're essential to us because the body does not make them, and we need to get them from supplemental forms if you're not eating your fish. It's very important that you take your fish oil for many reasons. They have a very dramatic effect on our vital internal organs.
doesn't flaxseed also have omega-3s?
Yeah, but it's actually a different structure.
Huh.
It's not, I mean, there's a lot of people who will argue that you don't get the same type of benefits.
Okay, you can
And then there's people who will say that you do, but
I was just curious.
from what I understand, they're not, it's not necessarily interchangeable. But there are omega-3 fatty acids, but I remember at one point when I was looking into it, I was told over and over that I should be getting it from wild fish and wild salmon in particular.
Fishes are delicious.
Yeah. So they have been shown to reduce the risk of colorectal and prostate cancer. The risk of colorectal cancer can be seen to decrease to nearly 60%, and the chance of prostate cancer can drop to 40% with regular intake of fish oil.
By 60%.
By 60%,
Okay.
Yeah. What did I say?
To 60%.
Oh, by
I'd be
60%.
like, wow, we're all really at risk for cancer.
Yeah, right.
I didn't think you were at risk for prostate cancer.
No, but it helps. It helps reduce the risk. Can I have some
Yeah.
please?
Oh, sorry.
Eyes healthy. There's a lot of healthy eye promoting activity going on in this mighty little bowl here of Evermore.
Yeah, we've got so much with all the carotenoids.
Yep, and what's the last thing we talked about? Oh, eggs.
Eggs,
They have
the
too.
lutein. So your dog will see well on Evermore.
Yeah, so they do help prevent against macular degeneration, and also, which is the leading cause of blindness in people over the age of 50. Also, they help with the reduction of red eye and dry eye. Actually, dry eye, not red eye.
Not red
but
eye?
Dry eyes.
So I shouldn't just have fish oil when I have to pop on an airplane.
Correct.
Super, okay.
Well, unless it makes your, it makes your eyes dry.
Oh,
Does it
okay.
make your eyes red? No, whenever you're
red,
dry.
but okay. So it'll make them moist, but not necessarily white.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Good. And what else? Good for managing diabetes. Again, a lot of diabetes management going into this too. I feel like we sort of are a broken record for all these positive health.
We're like, it does this and this and this, and it sounds like all of our ingredients do the same thing, but they sort of synergize with each other in a way that's optimal. So just because they might have overlapping qualities or properties doesn't mean that we shouldn't have all of them.
So I'll just go through. Good for managing diabetes, like I said. Salmon oil helps boost the good cholesterol, or the HDL, and studies have shown that HDL levels increase by nearly 10% with a high salmon oil diet. They also help reduce the bad cholesterol, or the LDL, improve skin health, reduce free radical damage caused by stress and lifestyle and aging, and also have been shown to help with depression. People who have omega-3s in there, they found that people who are depressed actually have lower levels of omega-3 in their red blood cell membranes. And when they increased their omega-3 intake from salmon oil, there was actually correlation with improved mood. So, those are my high-level things. Again, don't want to talk about it, but we wanted to give it its due. It is such an important thing to include in your diet.
Tell all your moody friends to salmon oil.
Don't give them, like, flowers. Give them salmon oil.
The salmon oil might not smell as good as the flowers. So I'm going to talk about the inflammation related benefits, and the omega-3s help fight, reduce inflammation, and this can be helpful in reducing the risk of skin cancer because the harmful UV rays of the sun, one of the ways in which they're problematic and lead to the development of cancer cells is inflammation. They also can improve joint health. The nutrients help reduce arthritis and can increase the healing rate from sports injuries. I know a lot about sports injuries. I have them pretty regularly, and this is going to inspire me to take more fish oil.
Good, or just keep eating the Evermore.
Or keep eating the Evermore, which we'll get to that later.
Right, yeah.
They also promote heart health. The inflammation is another cause of heart disease. So omega-3s improve blood flow and prevent blood clots. So that's another way that we can see benefits. Sorry, I'm looking at something under the table, which is actually our surprise. Also, another benefit of omega-3 is brain health. I don't know about you, but I feel like I've gotten a lot smarter over the month.
Oh yeah, thinner, smarter, more
energetic.
More energetic. Yeah, I mean we've been having a heck of a busy month, and I do feel like my diet has
helped power us through it. Yeah. No, see, our brain is actually mostly fat. And
it's surprising. People probably don't think about that.
Yeah, so if somebody calls you a fathead,
it's
not necessarily an insult anyway, it's the fats. Omega-3s are fats, and it strengthens. It strengthens your brain, so that's pretty cool too. It helps improve neuron connections and brain function. So
pretty powerful stuff.
Brain food,
and then back to what we said yesterday. Yeah, I mean,
it's known for its help with making shiny coats and improving skin quality.
Really?
And
do you
also,
have any examples of that?
I do have an example of that.
Interesting.
And this is our awesome surprise. This is Lamb again. She looks amazing.
Like a different dog.
Like literally
like
dog.
a different dog.
Because she was missing like huge swaths of fur on her body, which are growing in, and they're actually growing in red. So she's actually a ginger pup.
Yeah, she thought she was a white.
We thought she was all white, but she's actually got reddish, like biscuity stuff going on. I'm holding her up close so everyone can see.
But we've told you that there are people who've stopped us in the park and said, we cannot believe the transformation in this dog, but I mean...
Yeah, I mean,
she's just
really...
a fluffy ball of, like...
Energy, and
just, she looks so much better.
So much better. And she got adopted!
Yay!
So Lamb's going to an awesome home, and she's she's going to continue to eat Evermore because it's done her little body good. Although she's not going to eat my Evermore on the table that's soaked in hot sauce. I'm going to put her down.
Right.
But,
speaking of do a body good, we'll finish what you're saying.
No, we can segue.
Well, Hannah just relayed a story to me that she heard from somebody. Another amazing kind of Evermore transformation story. If you feel
it wasn't too specific, just that this dog really wasn't doing well, and about like a month or two ago, the owners discovered Evermore, and this was relayed to me by someone like third hand, like who wasn't really that invested in anything, and he had heard that this dog was on this new food that was doing really well, and was like, oh, is it by any chance Evermore? And they were like, actually, yes. How did you know? So, I guess it's less interesting in the retelling. But those are the kinds of things we hear all the time.
I still think
dogs,
it's pretty interesting.
What?
I still think it's pretty interesting.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just somebody singles out, knows you kind of randomly and throws out a name, and they're like, yes, how'd you know? And we're like, because there's just one more story.
Yeah, we hear all the time about how the food has a really transformative effect, and it's so cool. And I think it has, eating well has the potential to have that same transformative effect for people. It's just, if you put your dog on a diet and you actually monitor what they eat, the dog's not going to cheat. It doesn't really have the opportunity.
Right.
It's a lot harder as human beings with a little bit more power to exercise free will.
Yeah, no, I agree.
To stay on a regimen, which is actually why this has been a great exercise for us. We've been eating in a certain way and we've made it public, so it's sort of taking the burden off of us.
Right. And I wanted to say, you had mentioned how you had never done something like this before. You've never sort of gone on
a diet.
And how do you feel did you find it very challenging?
I thought it was going to be a lot harder than it is. I could continue to eat like this.
Yeah, I actually could too. I mean, to be fair, I'm looking forward to a couple things. I don't have cravings. People have asked me that. I'm not like dying to like wake up and like dive into like a chocolate croissant or something.
Yeah, actually, I've lost my taste for baked goods.
But, well, I mean, I would be open to a meal that included some oysters or some sushi,
chocolate,
some cheese, but I don't feel like I want to reintroduce wheat and dairy and sugar. I don't know that I was ever so crazy about eating a ton of it, but I really think my body has been best working on a low sugar, wheat, and a dairy diet. And I have a feeling that we all probably could say the same thing, but everyone has obviously a different body and metabolism.
Yeah, I think
I'm definitely a big fan of the kinds of foods that I've been eating. And one thing that they say, I'm sure there's some phrase for it, but I do find that, restriction definitely has fueled creativity. What is the phrase for that? There is a phrase. I don't know. They say a lot of, some of the most creative stuff happens
when you have parameters.
Yeah.
I think that parameters definitely, because you have guidelines certain places, it gives you more room to improvise. It's like jazz.
Yeah. There you go.
You're improvising, but within sort of a framework of musical rules.
Right. And so cooking this way, well, we could probably keep talking. I don't know.
We could keep talking.
And one thing that I've learned through Evermore Me having to do this is that it's nice to drink during the day. No, I'm just kidding.
This is our celebratory.
Yeah.
I'm having a beer.
Cheers.
But this is our celebratory closing imbibement, to sort of ring it out. Except we are going to be joining you all tomorrow because it doesn't feel right to just not finish out our work week without doing another cast. So we're going to have a very, very special webcast for you tomorrow.
Yeah, one final.
We got a special announcement for everyone. We're really excited about it. So, it'll be our final. I got to finish because
sure.
talk for a couple more minutes, Allison, while I eat.
Well, in case people aren't sure how to get Evermore for themselves, let me just remind you that we are sold in 30 plus retailers throughout Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, and the Hudson Valley. Starting next month, we're going to be sold in stores throughout the entire Northeast, and we'll have our store locator updated. And we already have our online store all set up, and we are happy to ship all throughout the continental U.S. when you do not have a retailer within 20 or so miles of where you live.
There's if you look up to the menu on the website, I'm pointing up, there should be a drop down that says buy. just click on that and shop online. And
yeah, look and see where our
Really
retailers are,
simple.
shop online, email us at the contact page under About, call us if you want. We are always happy to answer your questions.
And if you are already feeding your dog Evermore, please, please, please share your stories. Send us pictures and videos of your dog eating the food or whatever else you want to send.
Yeah, we love hearing
engaging.
about it. And, you know, also your feedback, good or bad, is what helps drive our new formulas and any tweaks that we make. We try to be very responsive to people who have been very loyal and committed to feeding this food because they know how good it is. Anyway, on that note, we know how good it is because we have just been eating it for 31 days straight as our lunch, happily, with very, very minimal doctoring. A little salt, a little pepper, a little hot sauce. The
occasional mayo.
Sauce that we made from our ingredients. We appreciate you watching. And again, one more final feed tomorrow.
Yes.
So check in then.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Evermore Me Day 29. Today we're going to talk about what might possibly be my favorite ingredient in Evermore, because long before I was eating Evermore, I was eating this all the time. Eggs!
Bye.
There you have it. I'm sorry we're late. I was at a spinning class this morning with all this extra energy I have. From the Evermore eating. I had to burn it off, so I decided to take a spinning class, and that just kind of delayed the whole morning.
And this ingredient today is actually incredibly valuable for people who exercise a lot because,
eggs are a perfect protein.
Some would say they're an almost perfect protein,
depending
but they're pretty
on
darn perfect as food goes.
What do these guys contain? 6 grams of protein, only 5 grams of fat. Only 1.5 grams are saturated fat, so bang for your buck, a lot of protein, not so much fat. And you know, back in the Stone Ages, known as the early 90s.
Take a tiny bit less because we have a special little treat.
Special treat.
A little full food treat. I want to save a little bit, but that's pretty good. I'm hungry.
Back in the Stone Ages, otherwise known as the early 90s, we all thought eggs were bad. Everyone thought that
high cholesterol.
They jacked up your cholesterol, and people, you know, everyone was saying don't eat eggs, and then it was like, okay, well, you can eat egg whites. The good news is contemporary research pretty much has found that that's all bunk.
Yeah, it's kind of like the whole saturated fat thing. Like people now are eating coconut oil and stuff a lot.
Yeah, because
they realize it's really good.
The most recent studies have shown that eating like 2 eggs a day does not affect a person's lipid profile at all. 2 full eggs a day. Like actually, a lot of the good stuff's in the yolk, so you should be eating the full eggs. So 2 full eggs per day does not affect a person's lipid profile, and in fact might have some benefits in improving the fat and cholesterol in your body. Apparently,
it tastes better.
If you don't eat enough cholesterol in your food, apparently your body will start making its own. So it can actually have the opposite effect that you would think.
You know what's interesting too is it's the same thing with fat. Everyone is, you know, for a while was on that
no fat,
fat free. The thing is that the body needs fat. Like even actually with sweet potatoes, I had read that even just a teaspoon or maybe up to a tablespoon of fat to go across 2 sweet potatoes will allow the body to take advantage of the nutrients in it. Remember, vitamins A, D, E, and K are all fat-soluble vitamins. So if you want to get the most absorption of the things that are going in, if you're going to be eating high-quality food and ingredients like we do, there needs to be some fat
to help
the body assimilate it.
Speaking of vitamins, eggs are one of the only natural sources of vitamin D, which, as you know, recent research shows, most of us, you know, we all need it. Most of us are actually pretty deficient in vitamin D. Even when I 2 years ago, after being outside all summer as a dog walker, I still tested low on vitamin D. So I mean,
I tested really low on vitamin D.
Yeah,
before.
I mean, it's
really.
really.
I was lethargic. I mean, I felt it.
Yeah, it's such an important nutrient, and eggs are a really good way to get it. One of the only natural ways to get it. So another good reason.
Too. There's a lot of choline.
Yeah, choline is eggs are high in choline. 1 egg yolk, another reason to eat the yolk. That's where the choline lives. Contains 300 micrograms of choline. Choline helps regulate the brain and the nervous system. So eggs, you know, when they say egghead, there's something to it. There's something to it. So.
And this is an egg, in case you haven't lived in the world and seen one.
Don't know what an egg is.
They're fun to crack. You can even... I just cracked one, but
my mistake. I swear I checked at the grocery store. And that wasn't all.
Well, anyway.
That was a good
You can
dramatic
crack two
moment.
against each other. I'm going to move these out of the way. But, and that's always fun.
I want to for an experiment for later.
2?
Mm-hmm. Give me 2.
You going to crack them?
No, we're gonna do something awesome.
Okay.
I'm just gonna demonstrate another awesome aspect of eggs, but
You
we'll
might
do that.
juggle with them, right?
Well, something like that.
Okay. Well, in the
We'll do that.
meantime,
Oh,
let's
this
talk
is
about...
too. I'm sorry, I did a terrible job of picking
It's
these
okay.
eggs.
I made, for today, a frittata. Or crustless quiche, however you want to talk about it. Now, of course, we're limited to Evermore ingredients. So some of my favorite things that go into my frittatas, the first would be cheese, is not in here. This is, it's got eggs, and I roasted some sweet potatoes. I blanched some kale and chopped it and squeezed it and chopped it up. Added some fresh parsley. I put in a little bit of smoked paprika and cumin. And I'm thinking for ingredients, that's it. Oh, no. I finally soaked overnight my hulled barley. Oh, very nice. Very nice.
One way to think about eggs.
While I'm sleeping in the kitchen, this one is doing art projects, and there's a good balance.
One thing
here.
about eggs is you can decorate them. That holiday that's coming up.
It's coming up.
Where everyone decorates their eggs. It's a lot of fun.
You can dye them.
And then remember what was that movie? That scary movie? Pan's Labyrinth?
Yeah. Was there? Was that from that?
Yeah, where like the eyeballs and the hands. Anyway, sorry, I digress.
No.
Back to the frittata, which...
Anyway, I ended up, since I finally cooked my whole barley, because I haven't spent a lot of time with barley cooking it for myself, the hulled. And so I soaked it overnight and then cooked it, and since it finished right as the frittata was going in, I threw a little barley in for 2 reasons. One, as Hannes pointed out to me, traditional frittatas, have the kitchen sink in them, and a lot of times people put pasta in them. And so I wanted to sort of put that in for that reason, but also, unless you're doing a lot of high energy stuff and working out, I find that I normally don't get enough grain in my diet, but I don't crave a lot of it either. And this is a very, very nutritious, high quality grain that you put in kind of in a balanced way. And so you get in here, you're getting the dark leafy green, you're getting the deep red, the deep orange, you're getting the fiber and the nutrients in the barley, and you're getting the egg. And it's pretty, and it's kind of just chock full of all the nutrients that complement each other. So I wanted to try it, and now I'm going to taste it. It's actually pretty good.
I'm going to have to give it a whirl. Oh, another thing about eggs is they're really good for eye health. They contain lutein and zeaxanthin, which can be helpful in preventing cataracts. So eggs are awesome.
Yeah.
They also, studies have been done about eggs and breast cancer. They may help prevent breast cancer. One study, women who consumed 6 eggs a week, at least, had the risk of breast cancer was lowered by up to 44%.
That's crazy.
That's pretty awesome. Eggs are awesome.
The incredible edible egg.
They're actually, that might be a copyright problem. I don't know if you could say that.
No.
I'm totally kidding.
I was referencing the ad.
The ad campaign from the 80s.
And lending my support. And there goes the phone. But these are pretty interesting.
They're good. I think the barley's fine.
Yeah. Again, you don't get the same kind of flavor as you would when there's cheese and stuff. But I'd be more than happy eating this for the next few days of breakfast.
Yeah, no, frittatas were one of those things that I could actually cook before Evermore Me. They were like actually my only thing I think that I could cook. They're so easy.
Like this.
And yeah, they're great with leftovers. You can just throw pasta or whatever in, and the eggs just kind of bind everything. It's a traditional Italian food where they just like throw in the leftovers, like take them out to the field and eat them cold. So it's really fantastic.
Yeah, I sort of
Versatile.
vowed before Evermore Me was over that I would make at least one frittata. Because for some reason, because I make them all the time, I wanted to try all new stuff. But anyway, very happy with this, and I like the grain in it. Barley in particular has a really great chewy texture.
It's very nice. Cool. Well, I think we both finished our food and informed you a little bit about the glory of eggs. So on that note, we will see you tomorrow on our penultimate day.
Woohoo!
At Evermore, we're very hands-on. Allison attends production runs and spends much of her time on the line, lovingly smoothing the pouches. She's also there to make sure everything is as it should be. We really value transparency at Evermore, so we decided to take you behind the scenes at one of our productions and show you exactly how we make the dog food, including the ingredients as they're going in, not just some fancy staged food shoot. It's time to make the dog food. The first thing that you're going to see are our protein sources, our meats and our eggs. The lamb, actually you're seeing the shoulder meat right now, that is from 100% grass-fed lamb. Our beef is also grass-fed. Our poultry is from free-range chickens, raised without the use of antibiotics, and fed a feed that is free from GMOs. Our eggs come from pastured hens. The organ meats aren't the prettiest things in the world, but they are packed with nutrition, and we include them from very clean sources. Those dark things, those are the livers, and those globular bits encased in white, those are hearts. Using these ingredients allows us to supplement minimally. When we pour in the powders, it creates this beautiful cloud that makes our food look like a magical dog food cauldron. That tiny bag of white powder, that's actually our supplement blend, and it's such a minimal part of our finished product that it makes up less than 1% of the total formulation. In our lamb, and actually also our beef, that's just eggshell powder and zinc. That light green cloud is organic alfalfa. We also use organic, domestically sourced pumpkin seeds and organic kelp, which is high in trace minerals and is also incredibly detoxifying. Now we're adding the oils. We use an MSC certified wild red Alaskan pollock oil, which is really rich in omega-3s. We also use a high linoleic safflower oil. We think that the most beautiful part of our food is the rainbow of organic produce, including nutritional powerhouses such as organic sweet potatoes, organic carrots, organic apples, organic kale, organic parsley, organic dandelion greens. The one produce ingredient that we use that's not certified organic are our wild blueberries, which we prefer to cultivated because of their superior antioxidant levels. First, each individual ingredient is measured and batched out, so we know that we are putting the right amount of the right things in each batch. Next, we add individual ingredients to the mixer, where they are blended together and chopped in a process that is mesmerizing. Seriously, I could stand here and watch this all day. After everything is chopped and mixed together, it is poured into a very large machine called a VMAG, where it is combined again and then pushed through a grind plate into our pouches. We get a lot of questions about our pouches. They are free from BPA, phthalates, and other plasticizers known to cause estrogenic activity. And we've done independent testing to confirm this. The individual pouches are then weighed to make sure that each customer gets at least a pound of food in our 1-pound units. Next, we vacuum seal the pouches. After they are sealed, we lovingly smooth them in a multi-step process. Here you can see our special pouch smoothing devices. Someone at our kitchen actually invented these specifically for this purpose. Patent pending. Once the pouches are smoothed down, they are placed in wire racks and rolled into a steam oven, where they are gently brought to temperature. For the beef and the lamb, this is 159 degrees Fahrenheit. For the chicken, it's 165. This is enough to kill pathogens, but maintain the nutritional integrity of all of the wonderful ingredients that you just saw. Then the food is boxed up and immediately frozen. We do set aside samples to send to the lab from each recipe.
So now you've seen what behind the scenes production of Evermore is. We now have the most fun part of all. We have a cooked unit of chicken, and we are going to
eat it! Yay! No, seriously, we like to, as I like to say, put our mouths where our money is. So here we go.
Cut right into it.
Human grade, and we mean it.
Eat it right out of the pouch. Here, I'll cut a little circle around,
Those are some nice skills.
Thanks.
That's why you're the chef. I'm the not chef.
Well, I didn't do that good of a job. But anyway, here we go. And it's very cold in the kitchen, so this is actually a welcome, warming little fruit. Tastes really good. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you learned more than you ever could have imagined about how Evermore is made. And now that you've seen it, we hope you're perfectly comfortable not only feeding it to your dogs, but to yourself, should you want to, and that you'll give it a try. All right, so are we done here? Should I just throw this out?
Yeah, we gotta get to the airport.
Okay, all right, I'll be right there.